How y'all doing today? This is Coach D. Darrell Spears. I am chilling outside of the building right now, outside of my practice, taking a break and decide to have a little discussion, sipping on some tea, enjoying myself. This is beautiful Houston fall weather, best weather that we've had so far this year, and I'm definitely out here enjoying it. And I hope you're enjoying your day also. So let's get to the topic at hand. So I've discussed a variety of things related to communication, related to how you interact, related to how you gauge one person, vetting someone, the way you interact, things that you like to do, looking at compatibility, looking at all those particular issues in itself as it involves dating, relationships, marriage, and all things that are in between. So, what I like to talk about today is, where are you meeting people? Where are you meeting prospective suitors who are, in my opinion, available to date someone who is in line with what you like to do, values, activities? Where are you meeting these people? So in answering that question, I'm going to discuss, in my opinion, places that you should look for quality people. You see, if you want a quality mate, if you want a quality woman, a quality man, you have to look in quality places. You're not going to find your husband in the club. I'm sorry, you're not. Now, will you find someone you can kick it with and have fun with? Not to say that they're not good men that don't go to the club, because there's plenty of good men that go to the club. The bottom line is that you may have to kiss about 7 to 8 to 10 frogs before you get to the princess, if you choose that route. And that's just the reality of it. The reality is that if you go to places like parties and clubs, these after-hour spots, the chances of you finding someone of quality is slim. I'm talking about concerts. I'm talking about any type of area or any type of event that involves a lot of alcohol and people acting wild and crazy. The chances of you finding someone quality is slim. I'm not saying it's not possible, because there are plenty of people who talk to people in events, in certain types of events, and they got married, or they had long-term relationships, or those relationships lasted for whatever period of time. But I'm talking about places of quality. I'm talking about meeting someone at a convention. I'm talking about meeting someone at a community festival, something that's culturally that's pretty much it's for a cultural reason. There's a cultural texture to, or a cultural theme. Yeah, there's a cultural theme to the reason why we're hanging out today. I'm talking about meeting people at church. Church is still, in my opinion, one of the best places to meet a quality mate. Now, then some may say, well, it all depends on the type of church, because some churches are not all created equal. I would say meeting someone in church, you may have a 50-50 chance. Meeting someone when churches do singles, like they do church singles or whatever, depending on the age range and all, singles night, things like that. Why not? Okay? I think that is a great place to meet someone, particularly if you're looking for someone. If you're Christian and you want someone Christian, you're going to have to be in places where Christians are, or whatever denomination. If you're Muslim, you're going to have to meet people who do activities culturally within the Muslim religion. That's just facts. If you're Catholic, you're going to have to meet people in events that involve people who are Catholic. You see, so many times we want to go against the grain. We want to meet people in places that are not consistent with who we are. Okay? If you're not a party person, don't go to the club looking for somebody if you don't like partying. Okay? Now, I encourage people, because everybody wants this six-figure person, everybody wants this highly educated person, everybody wants someone of some prestige. So my position is that if you want someone of that level, then you have to be someone that can, in some ways, navigate in those and mingle in those circles. You cannot be a person who has never been in those circles, but that's what you want, and then once you go into those circles, you don't know how to conduct yourself. It's just simple as that. It's just, we as individuals in 2022, we make things so complicated when it's actually simple. It's nothing wrong with going to a business convention. It's nothing wrong with going to a country club or getting into a country club. Okay? There's nothing wrong with going to certain type of educational events. Political events. Have you seen some of these political events? Political events are full of distinguished, educated people, successful people who are basically there, not necessarily to meet someone, but you're in an environment where you can meet and network, and you never know who you're going to come in contact with. Some of the best matchmaking occurs when people are in environments where they're not necessarily looking for someone to date. They're just interacting, and it just so happened by them meeting or seeing someone that caught their eye or interest, everything blossoms after that. These are the things that I'm talking about. Now, some may say places like the grocery store or the mall. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this as we continue to talk about dating and in the situation of dating. I don't encourage men to catcall. I'm actually a person that will not teach men to see women and say, hey, what's up, baby, there's and talking to a lady that you don't know, never seen before, that's walking 50 feet away from you and you're trying to run up and get her attention. I will not teach that. What I will say is that if you're interested in someone, be in the proximity where you can walk up and talk to that person. And whatever's going on in that environment, you make that the topic of discussion. So if you're meeting someone at a sporting event, talk about the sport. If you're meeting someone at a wrestling event, those that like wrestling, I like wrestling, talk about wrestling. If you're meeting someone at a tennis event, talk about tennis. You meet someone at soccer, whatever that event is. I don't care if you're joining a book club or if you're joining some type of lecture. If you meet someone that talk about instead of trying to figure out how I can get their attention, obviously you both enjoy the event you're at, make that the point of discussion. For me, in my position, in meeting people throughout my life, as far as me dating as a young man, and within, as a young man within my my teens, early to mid 20s, what was successful for me was that I was in environments where the people that I met had the same interests as I did. They liked to do the same things that I was doing, or they saw me doing things that interest them. Okay? I'm talking about colleges and universities. I'm talking about professional organizations. And yes, there were situations where, there are different bars and different things where you can meet people and things, but those are not You're not meeting high quality there unless people are coming in groups. There are situations where we had trainings, and you would have businesses and organizations within mental health and other different healthcare industries that would all conjugate, and they would go eat at certain places and things of that sort. And yeah, you would meet and get to know people, and you would see someone that maybe I caught their eye, they caught my eye. That's the situation. I will not teach, and I'm not reinforcing for you to go catcalling women, or women just walking up to a guy just because you like the way he look and talking to him. No. What I propose is that you meet in situations. You meet, in events. You meet where there is actually something that you two may have in common. I don't encourage, and this is from personal experience, I don't encourage people to be meeting and flirting on the job in a workplace environment. Now, whatever happens outside of work, hey, that's up to you. But I don't encourage it. Now, there are people who met and gotten married to people that they once worked with. You have a work wife, a work husband. I've been guilty of that. And it's very easy to have a work husband or a work wife, and sometimes things can get out of hand, it gets messy, and then you're both fired. I know, I'm a therapist, and I've seen those situations. So in essence, what I'm stating is that be creative and understanding that in dating or trying to find the person that you want to date, you can't use the typical going to the club, party scene type of environments to find a good person. If you want a quality man, you have to be in a quality environment. Okay? You have to be in quality environments, wherever that can be. Quality environments. Quality restaurants, quality bars, high upscale situations, events where people are conducting themselves in a professional or a civil manner. We don't want to be in loosely, socialized events where people have the liberty to act. People have the liberty to act and engage in certain ways. You don't want that. Okay? So I definitely enjoyed having this conversation with you guys. This is Coach D. Durrell. Y'all have a great day.